Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. Today also happens to be April Fool's, so I thought we'd get started off with a joke. So what do you call a bee with frizzy hair? Anyone? A frisbee. Okay, we'll do another joke. What does a honeybee use to comb her hair? A honeycomb, of course. Okay, enough jokes. I like corny jokes, So today we're going to be looking at adding our super. So we're going to do another video with a hive inspection, but prior to that hive inspection, I wanted to prep my box so that I could go ahead and put it on if we have about 80% of our hive full. So I don't know about you, but when I was younger, my dad used to bring home some honey with the honeycomb. And I loved that honey. It tasted so good. So I just wanted to have some honeycomb, some frames without any foundations. That way my bees could make some honeycomb and I could harvest that and I would have some of that honeycomb. So if you're watching this video and you're looking at maybe doing that same thing, this should be really helpful to you. So most frames, they come with foundations. So you can purchase foundationless frames, but you will still need to create something for your bees to build upon. So if your frame has a foundation that they already start to build on, your frame, if you take this frame out like I did, I just popped these out. I didn't take them apart. I just took, and you can push on it and it'll pop without breaking. So I popped mine out and you just have the frame at that point. So you're looking at having to create something for your bees to build upon. So I was thinking about it and I went out into the yard and was thinking, what's the best way to do this without having to buy more materials and building on this frame? So I don't know if this has ever been done, but bees are pretty resourceful in nature. So they use a number of different things to build a hive in. So I just went out and these are palmetto branches that I just took and cut off of a bunch of palmettos. See, here in Florida, we have a huge amount of palmettos. You might call them turkey tails or palm fronds, maybe even, but they're palmetto branches. So what I did was I found some that were dead. I cut them and they're really sharp on the edges. So I just took my pocket knife and just went through and broke all of those serrated edges off so that they're smooth and they're no longer sharp. And I just measured them out and cut them so that I would have some sort of a foundation for my hive to sit on. Now, if you can see, and I'll bring it around so that you guys can see. So as you see, these it's more of a V shape for these branches. So it has kind of a V shape to it, and what I'm going to do is coat it with some wax and maybe I can show you guys better like this. So this is what the palm fronds look like. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever used palm fronds, but I can guarantee you the bees have used it before. So what I did was I took and cut some of those, and I don't want all of my frames to be foundationless. I was trying to think for myself because this, honey, I don't sell this or anything like that. It's just strictly for, friends and family kind of a deal. So I want some honeycomb. So I thought, well, I'll do 3 frames. That makes sense to me. And I have another super that I'm going to add on top of this one. And I'll probably, if they do well with this, then I may take a few more out of that. So once I did remove these foundations, I added this. I did glue it down. I didn't staple it down. I glued it down with some wood glue. Now, I know some people may be opposed to that, This is non-toxic wood glue, but so I just did that. Also, I added these strings. Hey, buddy. I added these strings to the frames, so you can. I just put a couple of holes with my DeWalt drill. I just took, it's a 1/16 inch bit, and I drilled a couple holes in this, and then put my 20-pound test in and tied it off, and there, almost as tight as a banjo string, but not quite. So anyway, that was 2 frames I did like this. Now, after I did the 2 frames, yesterday I made a video. You guys may check it out if you like to see it. I made a video of restoration. I did a restoration on a chair that I had here, and it was a reed. I made a reed seat out of it. So I restored the chair using 1/2-inch split reed, and I did a herringbone pattern on that seat and redid it, and I had a bunch of reed left over. After using this palm branches, and I used what I had left of the reed, and I tell you what, it looks really well, and it fits perfect in here. I doubled it up. I took 2 of them together, and I pushed them down into the slots, and these things are tight and hard. It's going to be difficult to take this out. So I like this better, actually. But I thought, for the purpose of this video, and you guys may not have a bunch of reeds sitting around the house, for others who want to use palm fronds, this may work as well. So I thought I'd take this and just run it as an experiment. Take these 2 frames with the palm fronds. If they work, it may be a great tip for you guys who live where you can utilize your own resources. And you know, this came out of nature as it is. The bees may accept it better, I don't know. But once you do create your ridge for your bees, you're going to want to coat it with some beeswax. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to coat this with a layer of beeswax. So I have some melted beeswax here, and I have a little brush that I'm just going to take, and I'm going to coat this with a good amount of beeswax. Now, this beeswax, I did take out of a bunch of it out of the hive from the propolis and different things that we've had when we do our hive inspections. So all those videos that you'd see of folks who are collecting all that, this is what you're collecting it for. All right, so that you guys can see a close-up of these frames, I put a whole lot of wax on this, and it's not necessary to use this much wax, but it's okay. I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. These frames should be good, and hopefully the bees will start to build their comb directly on this. They know exactly where to start, and they can draw this comb down, and hopefully we'll be able to follow the progress there. All right, so that's it for today's video on foundationless frames. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next video, we'll do our hive inspection for week 4. Thank you.